Hello everyone, my name is Fox, and I'm here with my best friend in the whole world, Jake the Jackal, the night before leagues, planning, scheming, getting ready to jump in. And we are here to talk a little bit about the leagues, what we know so far, and basically just give general tips. Because if you really want a route, there's multiple of them around. But we're here to just talk about what we know about the league so far, and maybe talk about things that maybe more normal people who aren't trying to compete might be interested in hearing. Because, let's be honest, if you're really serious about competing, you're probably following Wooks and Zulu and 10 other people who have already made guides on this. So, I'm trying to make a video for the people who are in between who might want to try the league and might want to get some points and play efficiently, but maybe not be too sweaty about it. I'm going sweaty, but that doesn't mean you have to be.
Hi, I'm Jake.
So I guess I'm just going to jump right in and start talking about a couple of things I think people should keep in mind when starting the leagues, and this is going to be a podcast-style video. That way, you can play and listen to my beautiful voice here, and you don't have to worry about it.
Step 1, sell everything you own to the Lumbridge General Store.
Yes, everything. Yeah. Every single thing. No, that's a lie. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Terrible idea.
Bad idea.
In general, coins are easier to get than items.
I mean, a lot of the stuff you start with, you're going to want to hold on to just in case you can use it, but you can probably replace most of it pretty fast, especially the weapons.
I think that actually can lead me into my first talking point, which, with Trailblazers, it's a region-locked Iron Man. If you've never played a region-locked Iron Man, which I had played my first one like a month before this, the videos are on my channel, you have to think in a slightly different way about how you'll be doing things, because you're very limited. And you will be for the first little bit when we're just in Misthalin. So if you're looking to attempt a goal or train a skill, you're going to have to do some research. You have to look into things and figure out what the best way to accomplish that is. And sometimes dead content, or content you wouldn't expect to be useful, is very useful. For instance, I didn't know tree spirits were a thing. That's something that I've seen multiple routes use. Jake, are you aware of tree spirits?
I am not aware of tree spirits.
So, you start out with a Drawman staff. If you go to BKQ, with the Drawman staff from a fairy ring, bring an axe, and you chop a tree in the enchanted area there, it will spawn a tree spirit. Tree spirits are fantastic for Iron Man because they drop nature runes, they drop mithril and adamant and rune axes, and that's one of those things that I never thought would be useful, but is very, very useful. So you're going to want to look at Misthalin when you're starting out and look at what you might not normally use, but could be extremely useful here. I want to shout out the Trailblazer League's Discord. I'll link in the description to it. They did a ton of theory crafting in there. As people find things out, what's efficient or what you can actually use in each area, you can bet that people will be posting about it in there and also here on YouTube, I'm sure.
Another good example of content access through a fairy ring that you might not think of is like Poro Poro. I think a lot of people have talked about Poro Poro, but you get so many different imps and so many different drops. They're great for Iron Man.
Another very important thing that I want to touch on is when you get the choice for a relic or an area, be sure to do a little bit of research and think before you make your choice, even if you're just playing casually, because you only get 3 area unlocks, you only get 1 of each relic. You don't want to make a choice that feels bad for you. On that note, I think we can also talk about the starter relics, because I think they've been gone over to death, but I just want to give an overview of them because they're important. Jake, you know them all off the top of your head, right?
Yeah, I kind of do. So 1 gives you a passive plus 12 to all your skilling skills, all non-combat skills. So you'll basically start the league at like 12 farming, 12 fletching, 12 woodcutting. This is more like a buff than an actual like level bonus. You still have to get those levels, but you can... For example, if you're level 73 Slayer, you can kill an Abyssal Demon. You don't have to get to 85 Slayer for that. You can just kill an Abyssal Demon. Like another good example in that same bracket is if you go to a Slayer Master, they don't check for your buffed level. They check for your actual level, so you can't get an Abyssal Demon's task. And this goes for everything. If a quest asks you to be X level and it's a forced that level, you can't do it with the plus 12 boost. But if it's something it wants you to do in the quest, like cut down a particular type of tree, you can do it.
To stop right here and go over that relic, the plus 12 relic, if you're looking at that, I think that's going to be really useful if you want to speed run. For instance, a lot of routes require you to take that one because it lets you do things before the game would normally expect you to. However, it's probably not going to be good end game because its usefulness wears out once you get to those higher levels and you have everything unlocked. So keep that in mind when you're picking it.
The other thing to talk about, and we'll kind of lead into this with the other relic, the second relic is...
Production Master. Oh, wait, no, there's Endless Harvest and then Production Master. Which one?
Production Master, sorry. Production Master, what it does is that if you have a inventory of uncleaned herbs, for example, and you click on it once, it'll clean your entire inventory. If you have an inventory of logs to be fletched, and click it once, it'll do your entire inventory, one click, you get all the experience, all the materials. And something to point out with this particular relic is another relic that has been spoiled, which I'm sure we'll get to, is Equilibrium. This relic gets much, much better if you take the tier 5 relic, Equilibrium. So something to keep in mind once they release the relics tomorrow.
Which they will be doing an hour and a half before League starts.
Exactly, is that you might want to see which ones can kind of combo well together.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to just going and maybe getting fletching, because this relic, in theory, we haven't been able to test it in game. In theory, you could chop all of the logs for your fletching, and then, or like make the arrow shafts right, and then go from like 50 to 99 in like one click, because it would process them all, or 1 to 2 clicks, because you go, you'd have the arrow shafts ready, and then you'd go feathers, and then heads, and then you'd have like 20k arrows, but be 99 with your boosted stats, So I'm interested to see how that one plays out and how people find to abuse it. Oh, and if you had Equilibrium and you did that, you would gain 10% of that total XP.
So the way Equilibrium works, I wasn't going to go over it, but there's a single tier 5 relic spoiled at this point, and it's called Equilibrium. The way it works is every time you gain experience for a task you do, anything, so if I were to fletch 10 arrows, I will get the experience for the 10 arrow shafts, and then I will also get 10% of my max level in bonus experience. So if I'm max level 20, I would get 2. If I'm max level 2000, I would get 200. Not max level, total level, I should say.
Oh, gotcha. It's if you're training a low-level skill. My bad. Okay. I was confused on how it worked.
Yeah, well, the idea of this is that, and this is why it's called Equilibrium, if you have 90s and everything, this is way better for someone like that than someone who has half of his skills at 99, because you have a higher total level.
If you decided to play the game as a pure, probably not for you.
Yeah, it's best for, I think it's going to end up being best for catching up later on if you like fall behind, and people who do lots of varied content.
If you're trying to max, this is probably good for you, because you can boost one stat really high and then boost the next one and then the next one.
And then the final tier 1 relic is Ultimate Harvest. If you perform some sort of task that gets you, like some sort of scaling task that gets you a resource, like cutting logs, it will store anything that doesn't fit into your inventory right into your bank. You don't have to leave. You can just sit there chopping logs forever.
Not only that, but you get 2 logs for every chop.
Oh, that's right.
So it doubles your resources. Now, this one is going to be really good if you enjoy AFKing or you're just a skiller. The thing is, since it goes straight to your bank, it will open up some different ways to skill. For instance, if you take the Wilderness, you can take a full inventory. You'll take a full inventory of food into the Wilderness, right? And then you can just chill at Dark Crabs and bank them all. And you're not risking the Dark Crabs because they're going straight to your bank. I don't know why you'd take the Wilderness. Honestly, it seems like a garbage region, but, whatever. That is one way that you could abuse this.
And that's all the relics we know about right now, because they aren't releasing any. But it is interesting to look at just from a relic standpoint. I think the biggest thing I would honestly tell everyone before we get into like the more sweaty things is just have fun with it. You don't get to do this a lot. If you have 2 accounts, I would play them differently if you want to play them both, for example.
Yeah, or start one maybe after like a month if you want to restart and get back into the leagues on your second account and try out some different choices. Definitely you can do that because it's going for 2 months. You got plenty of time. Also, in the vein of having fun with it, when you're picking areas, be sure to pick areas you like. Don't pick something that's efficient over something you'll enjoy, because you'll just play it less and you won't enjoy yourself.
As well, there's going to be a huge rush of people jumping in and playing tomorrow. Don't sprint, guys. This is going to be 2 months long. Take your time, take breaks, enjoy yourself. Bank stand at the GE if you're still going to hang out there and talk to people, because that's going to be fun.
Yeah. Although I'm going for Dragon tier, but the reality is that there's a lot of people who will make Dragon who will probably have a slow start. Not everyone can, be like Foe, where I saw on Twitter he went to bed at 5 p.m., is waking up at 2 a.m., and is literally going to stream 20 hours straight. Not everyone can do that.
It's a little more than I want to do too.
Yeah, no, I'm making videos about this. I'll be streaming tomorrow once I get into the league, and I'm not going that hard, that's for sure. So I think we've covered everything that I wanted to cover in this video. I will link the videos that I used to kind of work on my route going into this, because I had my entire route planned out. And I knew exactly what I was going to do. And then I went and saw Wooks' route for starting, and I was like, I like his better, so I'm using his instead. So I'll link all that below if you want to just see other people's routes. I'll link the videos I watched so that those people can get views as well. And yeah, I think we've covered everything. You think, Jake?
See you in Theater of Blood? I don't know.
Yeah, see you in Tob. Also, keep in mind, we are only doing a general thing because we can't really plan everything. We don't know everything. We won't know until an hour and a half before it starts. So be ready to go read through that task list and plan what you're going to do. Just try to think of small tasks and things you can do, because your league points are going to be way more important and move you through the game faster and unlock more content for you to play than, say, just grinding out of scales. So keep that in mind as well. And with that all covered, thank you so much for watching. Have so much fun in leagues, guys. Trailblazer looks insane, and I'll see y'all later.
Goodbye.
Hey everyone, thanks again for watching the video. This is a little bit last minute. I'm literally recording this the night before Leagues goes live, so it's kind of like turning in my homework like last minute, because I just didn't have time to make a Leagues video, but I really wanted to. I just want to shout out Jake's channel. Go follow him at twitch.tv/JakeTheJackal. He streams there multiple times a week, and he'll be live for Leagues at about 3 p.m. the day of. I'll be live tomorrow as well at my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/isitfox, just like it's spelled here. And I'll be live pretty much all day streaming Leagues and jumping in and having fun. And also, please subscribe if you enjoyed the content. And let me know what type of Leagues content you'd like to see in the future. I'm willing to make just about anything. You'll be getting a lot of progress here. Probably stream VODs as well. And sorry the audio on my end was so bad. Compared to my normal standards, it's pretty rough. I was rushing to get this out so that I could go to bed, and just did not take care when I was mixing it, so it ended up getting messed up. So sorry if that was a little irritating to listen to. I'll be sure to not make that mistake in the future. So thank you so much. You all have a wonderful day.